Bailoff used to keep either scissors or a knife in his pocket, and like if you wore a hairband shirt to the show, he would just run up and cut it off.
Yeah, he would wear the shirts.
Yeah,
wear them as like
right. They were
trophies.
like trophies. Yeah, like serial killers,
like Predator.
Yeah. That man was from another planet, man.
Yeah, Bailoff was insane.
Yeah. That I don't know. Because we've only hung out a couple of times. I mean, you ever think about? I never liked the Big Four label because I felt like they should have made room for Exodus and Testament. Like, this is, like there should be room for other guys at that table because it was a Bay Area thing. And I love Anthrax to death. They're a New York band, though. So it was kind of like, it was a little weird to me.
Well, this might be a little bit of a hot take, but I think the only reason Anthrax is even, in the Big Four is because of Among the Living.
Oh, okay.
If it wasn't for that record, I don't think they would have even. It would have been Exodus or Testament.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it should have been Exodus. Pete Angelo was arguing with me that it's Testament. I can't argue with it personally.
They have a more consistent catalog.
Well, that's
over
what he
the
was
years.
saying because it's like you look at
Exodus, you're going on Bonded by Blood.
That's
99% of it. So
that's it. And don't get me wrong, Fabulous Disaster, I think, is fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. The Toxic Waltz is on that, right?
Yeah. Cajun Hell, I believe, is another one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the title track's fantastic. Just such a good record. But with Anthrax, like, the first album's good.
Oh, yeah.
Among the Living's, like, really, really good. But, like, I don't think they're that good compared to Testament, Exodus.
Right.
You can probably argue even like others too, like Creator.
Maybe,
oh,
sure, yeah.
Sodom.
Well, I think a lot of purists will cry foul too because they, dip their toe in the hip hop lake, so to speak. I mean, and I love a lot of old hip hop too. I was a big Public Enemy fan my whole life, so yeah, I'm still a Bring the Noise fan and things like that. And
I'm the Man.
I'm the Man's great. They were funny too. They were funny with that Kinnison sample.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have the record like right there.
Oh,
too.
do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they're still great live too.
Fantastic. Like Among the Living.
Belladonna has really kept it together.
Oh,
over the
yeah.
years. Scott Ian looks like he hasn't aged a day in almost 30 years.
Yeah. And honestly, like I think as much as I love Among the Living, I think I prefer SOD.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah. Well, yeah. Scott Ian really had a lot on his plate back then. Yeah.
That what a mess that is now, though.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, like I don't even want to name album titles on here. It's like, I'd like to get canceled for something I say on stage, not on a pod.
Yeah. But it's not even that. It's also like what's going on with like the members of the band.
Oh yeah,
you know, there's a ton of bad blood. It's just such a mess. I think there should have been. I think what should have happened is there should have been the New York 4.
Yeah.
And then the Bay Area 4.
Yeah, because Overkill could have been in the New York one too.
That would have been. Oh my! Imagine that.
Yeah.
Anthrax, Testament, Overkill.
Yeah.
Blanking on any other because Death Angel's out of L.A.
Yeah, and everything else kind of went into more
Francisco.
hardcore, like Agnostic Front, so that's on
and SOD's also.
Oh,
I think
Typo with Carnivore, maybe. That we're digging a little deep now.
I think that would. I would think that would work.
Carnivore definitely had that vibe. Typo was definitely gothier, but I loved them nonetheless.
Typo, I think, was in its own lane.
Oh, that you can't even put a genre for that. That was like if The Cure went. I don't even know. Like it was like Morrissey. If Morrissey turned into this big jack dude or something like that, they were something else, and I did love them because, like I was still very, very, very young, but I mean I got into metal at such a young age. Yeah, the '90s were not fun. Like, you had Pantera, you had, Alice in Chains was embraced in a lot of circles. White Zombie, Rob Zombie, whatever. Those were the only guys selling records.
Yeah, you also had new metal too in the big.
Right, and that was more in the latter half too. So
that was more like 96, 7, and 8.
Yeah,
right?
You talk 95. Other than Far Beyond Driven, like no one, no one gave a fart about metal.
Yeah.